Welcome to the FABLOW AgriLife podcast, where we promote better living for healthy Texans. Every episode will cover a health or wellness topic, as well as some lifestyle challenges that we face. Welcome to our 5th episode, where it's helpful reasons to ditch dieting, ditch the diet mentality. Take that back. And at the end, we're going to have a healthy recipe. So Nicole, take it away.
Yeah, so I get emails, updates on nutrition and dietetics information, and one of the ones that I found the other day was on HuffPost, 12 Reasons to Ditch the Diet Mentality by Christine Barn. Is that what we...
Or Burn.
It's Byrne. So we had a whole discussion before this on how to say
it in our newsletter.
Her last name, and I feel terrible because I don't want to butcher her last name. Which I think she did a wonderful job researching the article, because she talked to several different registered dietitians to come up with this. So I'm just going to go through each of the reasons that she did, and we'll have a little discussion about them. So first of all, there is research out there that shows that dieting does no good for anybody. It has pretty damaging effects on your body, on your mentality, how you think about yourself. So
it's true.
It's very true.
Go for it.
Yeah, like I think when you tell yourself you can't have certain things, you may do it for a little while, but it's not realistic. So maybe the realistic part is having whatever it is, let's say pizza, we were talking about in one of the other episodes. Instead of having 2 slices, have 1 slice, just kind of cutting down instead of restricting completely.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Watching out your portion sizes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, portion control. And most of our AgriLife programs teach you that anyway to begin with. So make sure to call your local county extension office if you're in Texas. And and we have programs that we do, like Step Up, Scale Down talks about that. Maintain No Gain talks about that. Walk Across Texas, kind of, but not really. It's more the physical sense.
My Plate,
which is part of our Better Living for Texas programs. And all our programs are research-based too, so which is really good on point with Jessica's article. So just be mindful and realistic, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. So tip 1 is dieting. For most people, dieting doesn't actually lead to long-term weight loss. It's the yo-yo effect, where you go on a diet for a week or so, and then you're binge eating afterwards, so you gain all the weight back. So
sometimes you do it for a certain reason, like if you're going to you have a vacation planned, and then so on that vacation you end up just blowing it because you're not. It's sometimes these diets are so strict.
Deprived.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're really hard to stick to. They normally eliminate something that your body really does need.
You need all the fibers.
Yes. Unless you're like on a diet, not a diet, what's it called? Allergic to something like gluten or dairy, then that's different completely. You're not in this subject.
Yeah.
But usually you need everything in the food groups.
Well, that kind of leads into your number 2, right?
So 2 is dieting disconnects you from what your body actually needs.
Yes.
Let's take the keto diet. It pretty much eliminates carbs. Your body needs carbs for energy. And I mean, who doesn't like carbs? There's carbs in pretty much everything.
It's true.
I know, but that's what we have to be mindful of, because I could be a carbaholic. I could have the mashed potatoes, the corn, the bread with it.
But balance it out. You also have to think about, like, if you're a runner, you do need those carbs, you know? But also in our programs, we talk about the good carbs, like wheat, whole wheat. Don't just go for the white starchy ones.
Go for the good stuff.
But the good stuff.
The other thing is, normally when people go on a diet, they do meal prepping, and so you're eating the same foods, for a period of time.
For the same thing for lunch every week, or every day of the week.
Yes.
I would be so bored. It's boring.
Even my 10-year-old palate can't handle that.
Yeah.
But that might be a reason, that your body doesn't get what it needs, because you're not, you don't have a variety. You're sticking to the same foods every day.
And that's how when you break and then you cave in because you're just like, I need it. And your body craves things. Like we were talking about, this is a whole different thing, women, but when we're on our cycles, we are all like craving different things. I crave dairy when I'm on my
chocolate.
So, and that might be something that your body needs.
Right. So more, you crave things.
More vitamin D, calcium, you know, just to... But diets, they undermine your internal body, the way it thinks, the wisdom that in what your body wants to, what kind of food it wants. Because it's eliminating something. Right. Every diet's going to cut off some kind of food group, depending on what diet you're going in. So it's telling you to eat this instead of that, and instead of just thinking about it and being intuitive to what you are eating,
right?
No matter what it is.
And that leads to your tip number 3, which is dieting makes you more likely to binge or overeat, which is also really, you gotta be careful. When you're watching, let's say you're on the couch and watching TV, don't grab that bag of chips.
Yeah. Take the chips out of the bag, put it in a bowl, a serving size, and then take it.
Because by the time the whole show ends, because I'm the type of person who watches a whole show, not an episode.
The bag of chips is gone. It's completely gone.
Am I the only one? No. Everyone's just laughing. I'm hurtful now.
We agree.
So, diets, you're gonna binge eat at some time. Like, at some point, you're just gonna go off the wagon and completely disobey everything that your diet has told you to do. And your body's gonna crave all those nutrients and everything that it hasn't had, it's been deprived of. So
this is a classic, like, you eat perfect all day, then you're up late.
Yes. Or some people say this is my cheat day.
Oh my
God.
My brother is the worst.
You can't just have a cheat day.
But he's the worst. Is that a word? Yeah. Because he does low carb. You lose a lot of weight fast on low carb. But then on his cheat day, he doesn't just get one pizza. He's like buying all these other foods because that's his cheat day.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, calm down.
So that is so me. My thing is sweets. So I'm like, okay, the week I did good. My cheat day, and I have like this. I'm like
whole
sugar
cake
over. It's like it's my cheat day.
So why don't you just get like the fun size candy bars, or have a small piece of?
Because it's like the Pringles.
But
I like what you said. Serve yourself. So maybe hide the rest. Like at work, have your little set, and like that's one for the week. And like, you know, or one per day. Like, so have 7. And you know, only 7 in your drawer is for the week.
Yeah.
It's little tips like that. Be mindful. And just
mindful, eat it, enjoy it. Try to pick a healthier option of it. You know, if you're going to have a hamburger, don't get a cheeseburger. Do ketchup and...
With one bun. Yeah.
Wait,
ketchup.
what do you mean no cheese?
And mustard. Don't put mayonnaise on it. Lots of veggies. Whatever your favorite kind of veggies are. You know, I don't like onions. But, you know, so like tomatoes.
Those are good.
Lettuce.
Maybe your body's craving it, Nicole.
It's definitely not.
It doesn't need onions. It doesn't need antibiotics.
But that goes to number 4. You know, dieting hates foods that are good and bad, and they're actually all good. Yeah. Well, unless they're processed. That's a whole different story. But moderation, you know.
Yeah, so you don't want to have... you don't want your mind thinking, oh, this is a bad food. You know, I can't eat this, and this is good food. It starts messing with your mentality and how you're thinking about things.
Well, it's like what we teach kids: go food, slow food, whoa food. You know,
yes.
Still, just it doesn't mean you don't eat them. It just means you don't have
it every day.
The donut, you don't have it every day.
Actually, never heard of this. Say it again.
Go slow, whoa.
Yeah.
Is that for Learn, Grow, Eat, Grow?
It's Dinner Tonight Junior.
That's why I don't know it.
But I think it's on Learn, Grow, Eat, Grow as well.
See, I haven't done that. I haven't done either of these programs, but they're great programs for kids.
It is on LG. Yeah, Learn, Grow, Eat, Grow.
So that's something really good to know.
So quick little brief about Go, Slow, Whoa. The Go is lots of fruits and vegetables, all your healthy proteins. Slow is...
more like maybe, I guess, a process. Maybe
processed
like
food,
chips.
and then whoa.
No, chips would be the whoa.
Whoa is like your candy bars, your sodas.
A slow, let's say
Slow
baked
is like
chips
potatoes.
or something versus
Slow is also like your potatoes that have, they're good, but
your starchy vegetables, things. Yeah. So the diet, it it gives you food guilt if you start thinking that certain foods are good and bad for you.
Which gets you to tip number 5. You know, when diets fail, then you feel like a failure because you're like...
You don't want to feel like a failure because then it starts the binge eating and you feel terrible and you don't want to... You know, you're not confident in yourself and you really should be.
So one thing I read one time was, like, if you mess up, if you're doing good on your diet and you mess up for a day, who cares? Like, just get back on track.
Right.
And most times what happens is you do feel like a failure. It's like, forget it. This didn't work, and now I'm just going to go back to eating the way I used to or whatever. And so, yeah.
Because might as well.
Dieting can increase eating disorders.
Yes.
So when I go and talk to kids in the schools, you have to be careful. You want them to enjoy what they're eating, not cut out any major food groups, because it is very crucial, especially at the middle school and high school age. Teenagers are rough. Yeah, they're rough on each other.
I was one of those. I'll admit, I took it too far, and you know, it's just you got to be careful and really just remind them that everything's good and everything's healthy.
But it just breaks your heart when these little kids are telling you they're on a diet and they're in like 5th grade, and it's like, oh.
And people think,
It's more about
I should look like so and so instead of like I do. Everybody's
different. You got to listen to your body. I know I'm an adult now, but really your body does tell you what you need. You really just, like, when you crave something, you should eat this and certain things like that, and you just really got to listen to it. And I think that's what I felt growing up, because I did have an eating disorder. So, like, now I'm an adult, that I realize is, like, listen to your body. You know what it needs. You know what you need to do. Just do it.
On the same fact, listen to your body. When you're full, you're full.
Right.
Yeah, that goes back to be mindful of what you're doing. Enjoy. Cut out the distractions. Sit down. Take a few minutes to actually taste the food instead of just shoving it in your mouth. And
embrace water, too, because I know soda and Gatorade, that can be really, or fruit drinks, not Gatorade in general, but fruit drinks in general, sugary stuff. I'm now, as an adult, trying to get back into water, which is hard because I love coffee, but that ain't good for me. But I have to listen to my body because I break out if I don't drink water. So little things like that.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoy a good fountain Coke every once in a while, but water, I have my water bottle with me all the time, and I can tell if I leave it somewhere. Yesterday I forgot in the car, and I was like, I'm so thirsty. By the end of the thing. Okay, so step number 7 is, even if the diet doesn't give you, set you into a eating disorder, it can lead to a disordered habit. So
creating bad habits of binging on the bad food or having so many cheat days or giving up, like, you can create into a habit that's not good.
Or you're not going out socially because you don't want to, eat that food, or you're on your diet and you have to eat your meal at home, and you're scared.
I'm a queen on that one.
Oh, if you're detoxing, like, that sounds terrible.
It is so bad.
Just to, you don't want to. Then it sends you into depression because you're not out with your friends enjoying, a nice dinner or a drink or something, or going out dancing, whatever it is, because you're so weak from detoxing. You're terrified to eat something wrong.
Everyone seems so happy, and you're like, get out of my face.
Because you're hungry.
That's true.
It's the hangry thing.
Your body is telling you it's starving.
So don't do it.
Oh my goodness.
So number 8 is diet reinforces weight stigma and the false idea that thinner is better. And that goes back to listening to your body. Everybody has a different body shape. Everyone has a different genetic DNA, so everyone's different. Maybe you're big bone, maybe you're just have, everyone's different. So thin doesn't mean healthy. Being thin can lead to an eating disorder or being too thin. So just know your body.
Yeah. And be comfortable with your body.
Yeah.
You don't have to be super skinny,
to be healthy.
Yeah. And that definitely does not mean that you are healthy. If you are super skinny, or even if you're a little bigger, that you can still be very healthy, very active.
Yeah. Just go to a doctor, get your annual checkup, find out what's going wrong. I'll never forget. Okay, so in my head, I was like ready to go on a diet because I was like, okay, whatever they tell me, like if I have high blood pressure, I'll go on a hypertension diet. If I have diabetes, I'll go on this diet. I come back, my blood work's perfect. They're like, oh, you're super healthy. You're just a little overweight, but that's fine. But everything's right. I was like, well, so much for my diet. Like, I'm good on the inside.
And that's perfectly fine.
Which is good, but it's funny that I was upset. But so yeah, just be careful with that. And then number 9 is healthy behaviors, like not weight loss or diets, are likely what leads to better health. So
dieting and weight loss doesn't make you healthier. So same thing going back to tip number 8. It doesn't, people are all different kinds of sizes and shapes. So embrace that, be physically active, and be mindful about what you are eating and enjoy what you're eating.
And there's no such thing as the perfect diet anyway.
Yeah, no, definitely
there isn't. And again, if you go to our programs, we'll teach you the correct way to do it. We have a lot of helpful programs with AgriLife Extension that talk about weight loss and nutrition.
Yeah, learn how to eat what fits your taste and your body, what your body craves. Listen to your body. With dieting, I tell people this all the time, it changes your metabolism. So your metabolism will never be the same. It thinks that your body is starving, so it slows down your metabolism. And once you get off your diet, it's not going to go back to be the same. So every time that you try a new diet, your metabolism is going to change every single time. It's going to get slower and slower, and it's not going to be able to get back to what it was before. So a lot of people are like, well, I'm not as young as I used to be. I'm like, well, how many diets have you been on? Also, because
your metabolism, you're depriving your body so much that your body's just holding it so much. That happened to me. So you just got to be, again, mindful and go see the doctor.
See, do y'all know why my sign off is be mindful? Because be mindful, and I'm not saying just eating. Be mindful when you're exercising, when you're out talking to somebody.
We actually went walking today a little earlier.
Yeah, they did. I was on the phone.
But you were standing.
I was like, where'd y'all go?
You were standing. It counts.
I've never been a dieter, but as I've gotten older, and it didn't happen till probably after later 30s, that they said it was going to happen when I was about 30, but it was probably later 30s, and now I notice a lot, my metabolism has changed. I was never been a big dieter. I was a big exerciser, but I was never a big dieter. So that's the one thing, you have to watch your body, and everybody said it was going to be about 30, but it wasn't. It was after that. And your body does change after kids.
Yeah. And,
my hips will never be as small as they were,
No. And you should be okay with that. You have 2 beautiful kids. Handsome. They're boys. They're beautiful.
I'm not a parent, but I will notice from everyone who is a parent, be happy. You had 2 live body,
and you've kept them alive for how many years now?
Yeah. Right? That's an reward itself. Not everyone can get pregnant. So the fact that you gave life, and then give yourself a break, because you may not lose the baby weight so fast.
Have y'all watched the video of what your body goes through when you are pregnant?
No.
It is very disturbing. Things move around where you think that they shouldn't, go up, down, around. It's very disturbing on how a woman can actually carry a human being inside of her.
You can grow a life. That's
crazy.
I mean, really. My biggest thing when I was pregnant, what did you do today, honey? You're like, oh, da-da-da-da. I'm like, oh, great, I grew a kidney.
Yes!
You're welcome.
There was a comedian, and she was pregnant talking, and same thing happened. He was like, what did you do? I said, I grew an eyeball. What about you?
Yeah. Bam.
So if I ask you to throw the trash, you go do it.
Yeah, just do it. So number 11 is when you finally quit dieting, you might gain a lot more confidence in yourself.
You do.
And you should be confident. Whatever you do in life, be confident. And you can be more willing to live the way that you want to live.
Yeah.
And
I think confidence comes in general whether you're dieting or not. Like maybe it's just getting a haircut and that builds your confidence, but you don't have to be on a diet to build your confidence. You know, you're beautiful the way you are, and let's say you want to start a vlog or a blog, just do it, because there's no perfect weight, there's no perfect image. People are looking like Drew, and it's true of me too. You want to find the people who look like you so you can be motivated. Not everyone has that beach body, not everyone has this. Let's be realistic. Like, you want someone who's you. So if you're going to start that blog, then do it. Don't be discouraged if you're not this weight. That was my goal. I'll admit, this year when I started my vlog, I was so embarrassed. You can watch it on my YouTube channel. I was just like, hi. And I was covering myself because I'm not in my ideal body weight. But you know what? At the end, I kind of don't care. Now, all my vlogs are pretty funny because it's like, whatever, it's me, deal with it. But it's real, and people look for real, especially those who are addicted to reality shows. You're looking for the realness. You're looking for the people who look like you.
Maybe that one person that has the perfect quote unquote beach body, you know,
Maybe
that
they're angry
society has.
Miserable.
They
Right.
might not be
Right.
happy. They might.
Right.
They're.
Well, then there's Photoshop too.
There is.
They have like all
Yeah.
of those like.
I think we set ourselves at a different standard because of the media.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Again, listen to your body. Everybody's different. And be confident. And I know that's hard to do because take it from me. I've been over a decade trying to be comfortable where I am today. And even cutting my hair this year, because in my head, I know it's stupid, but in my head, people with short hair should be thin. And I cut it anyway, and actually I've gotten the most compliments this year that I've ever in my life with my hair. So you don't need to be thin to have short hair. But that was my mentality, I'll admit. That's sad, but you know, just do it. You don't need to be a certain image. And I will say, actually now I actually fix my hair, and I actually put makeup. So that tells you I have more confidence. And it doesn't take a certain body size to do that.
So the last little tip is your relationships may improve. So you're not spending all that time prepping your meals for the week and concentrating on, can I eat this, can I eat that, with your diet. So
like when I went on
spending all your
detoxes,
energy
I
on
hated
that.
everyone around me.
Exactly.
Because they were eating all this
And they
fun
probably
stuff.
hated you too because you were
Well,
angry.
it is with your relationships also, because you know, like sometimes when my husband reaches around and it's like, you know, the love handles, the muffins, I'm like, get off me, you know, like come on.
But
It's
does
like,
he
give me a
care?
break.
No, he doesn't.
Or you know, like does someone? I'm like. You know, and like, it's me, and it's not him, it's me, and so it would build you, because it is the confidence thing. I'm
Yeah.
like, are you kidding me? You know not to do that. but at the end of the day, you know, it is nice. He was like, I'm just hugging you. Give me a break, you know? So, yeah.
So Drew needs to be more confident in her body.
Yes. And also not get angry when you don't.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, when I do, it's not angry. You just disappoint yourself, you know? You're like,
Yeah.
I could have done it, because you know you can.
Right.
How hard is 15 minutes a day? How hard is it to cut that hamburger in half?
Right.
And your portion size smaller.
But you also have to, okay, so I'm a big eater, so you also have to train yourself what a regular size is. I know that's hard to say, but it's true. Like I was saying, hanging out with you all, and then hanging out with my friends at where we have our luncheon, because we all contribute. Seeing what they serve on a plate, and then I mimic because I don't want to be that person, it actually helps, because now I'm not that hungry all the time. Because I'm like, no, I'm actually full. Or drink water, and that actually fills you up too. And that's for me being a big eater, I'll admit it.
So when you do that, you're serving a smaller portion, and you're
But I'm still eating what I want, yeah.
eating what you want, eating that,
But
and
it's
you're
portion.
thinking like, you know what, I am full. Whereas if you eat
Mindlessly,
or serve yourself
yeah.
a lot more, and
Right.
you're trying to eat everything on your plate, and then you're just miserably full because
Right. But you also have to think about the way you were raised. So like in my household, we had to eat everything on our plate. We had to. It didn't matter because there were starving children in Africa. So we had to eat everything on our plate. So nothing went to waste. Mind you, I never finished my plate. My brother used to finish it, but I grew up with that mentality. So now that I'm an adult, I'm like, I gotta finish this. But no, it's called wrap it up and put it in the fridge.
Yeah. save it for tomorrow.
Right.
For lunch tomorrow. Our family is the same way. I have to get, my parents and in-laws away from that, like, no, Tessa doesn't have to eat everything on her plate. If she's full, she's done. She'll say, all done. I'm like, okay.
That's really hard because, like, my kids, it's like, why aren't you eating? Why are you, and they'll eat. When they're hungry, they'll eat.
Yeah.
And I have 2 boys, and you would think they would, everybody's, they'll eat you out of house and home. Every once in a while, the older one does, but younger one hasn't yet to get that. And so, like, we have to realize that he can't eat all that. Me and him, he's in 7th grade. We can still split a meal.
Right.
And he's fine with it. You
Yeah.
know?
That's a good
And
thing.
it depends on, we'll take Tessa, for example. She eats a lot for breakfast. And they say she eats pretty good for lunch at school. But at dinner time, she doesn't eat that much. So, when somebody's telling her, like, you have to eat the rest of that, I'm like, no, she doesn't. She's not hungry.
Right.
She had
Enough.
She's fine.
But the bottom line is, vow to stop treating your body like something that needs to be fixed.
I love that she put this in here because
It's a really good comment.
it's
Right?
It is.
I like
really
that.
good.
I want to type that out and put it on my.
I think we
Right?
tend to focus on what we don't like instead of focusing on what we do.
Yeah. So they recommend in this article they recommend a book called Intuitive Eating. I actually read this in school, so I recommend if y'all want to check it out. It's pretty good. Now Jessica is going to talk to us about a
Recipe
recipe.
to stay sweet. So
Yeah.
it's called Cinnamon Walnut Pecan Pie Bites, and it's from Dinner Tonight, and you can find it at dinnertonight.tamu.edu. And there's even a video to show you how it's all done. But I mean, it's really awesome. So if you really love pecan pie and you're really trying to cut your portions like we were talking about earlier, this would be a great, maybe a substitution for that, because 3 bites of these pecan pie bites is only 100 calories. So, I mean, you're getting that sweet.
You can have 3 of them?
You can have 3. That's a serving.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can have 3 of them and you're only getting 100 calories. That's not bad at all. And you're still getting that pecan pie flavor and everything.
And it's probably satisfying your sweet tooth.
Exactly. And I'm a big sweet
sounds
tooth
delicious.
eater, and so that's something I cannot cut out of my diet. It's just, it would
Your
it'd
body
make me go
craves
crazy.
it.
My body crazy. So this would be a great way to kind of change it up. And so we'll actually have it in our newsletter, the recipe. So do y'all want me to go through it all, or maybe a little bit of
does
it?
it have
We'll have
We'll have the recipe.
We'll have the recipe up there, but will you? Does it say? Do they have to have a mini pan or like a mini muffin pan? What is it in?
Let's see here.
That's the only thing I want to know because I
Yeah,
read
if
in
they
an
have
article.
anything
So you
Yeah.
can buy
Yeah.
the mini
Philo.
phyllo shells,
Yeah.
and they say you can buy them frozen. And I believe you're just baking them just on a cookie sheet in the oven.
Oh, cookie sheet.
So you don't have to have anything real fancy. It's not real expensive.
So
to
it's
make
doable. You can get
Yeah.
a cookie sheet, or you already have one better.
Yes, a baking sheet. So yeah, and you just line it with parchment paper so that way it doesn't stick to the bottom.
So
It sounds delicious.
easy to
It
do,
does.
maintainable. You can do it.
And it'll be on the site.
It will be on the website. It's also on Dinner Tonight.
.tamu.edu. You can
Yes,
find it there.
but we'll
It's
have it on our blog in one of our posts. I try to post a blog post about our episode, something that we talked about in our episode weekly. So check our blog weekly. That's the end of our episode. Stay tuned for more episodes. We're now trying to focus more on topics, so get excited. Comment below if you want us to talk about a particular topic, and also contact us if you're in our county so we can let you know what's happening and which programs and activities we're doing. But
Be safe.
Stay sweet.
Be mindful.
Just breathe.
and stay fab.